back to Simply Garden and Home. So I had this beautiful, beautiful red cabbage ready to be planted. In fact, I was going to share some with my neighbor down the street who had a situation with his red cabbage. And guess what? I left it in front of the shed last night. Totally forgot about it. I even puff sprayed it to keep the bugs off. But yep, they got it. So fortunately, we have some more here. And I will keep them in a tray, keep it off the ground so rabbits won't get to it. Rabbits did it, so this is new stuff, so I want to be able to share with my neighbor who loves cabbage, but oh well, hey, always go a little extra, we'll always have stuff in rotation. And I just realized I was out here working, repotting all this stuff and potting my fall broccoli out of my area I had it growing. I haven't done a summer, mid-July garden tour yet. So we've had tons of rain the last 2 weeks, over 12 inches of rain. And we got another probably inch or so coming the next couple of days. You know, you think, you know, you want a lot of, you know, moisture, a lot of rain. You think it's great for the garden, but I'll tell you what, it puts a lot of stress on it. So we're gonna show you what 12 inches of rain has done to the garden, how some things are very far behind, some things look kind of leggy. I have refertilized some things because that much water just leaches everything out. But we're working with it, and I'm sure we're gonna have a beautiful August. So come along with me. Let me show you a couple things that we're dealing with, some of the good and the bad. This here is our butternut squash. By now it should be fully, with blossoms, everything coming on. I mean, it is starting to get some nice growth coming out here. I can see the extra growth coming in, so it's starting to catch up. But it's way, way behind. Like, by now it should have blossoms in middle of July. Sweet potatoes, they're doing okay. Sweet potatoes actually look kind of a little bit sad, but they will start taking off in August. I know that for sure. Let's hope so. Look at the rhubarb. Rhubarb loves moisture. Unbelievable. On the other side, we've got ready to pick the garlic. So no worries about that being lack of moisture, because garlic does like some moisture. And in fact, I haven't even pulled one out. See how they look this year. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. Look at that, Linda.
Wonderful.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So we'll start pulling that pretty soon. It's pretty well died back. Over behind here, we've got some fall beans coming through. The rabbits haven't hit it yet because I've been sprinkling the repel all pest. It's a vomit repel stuff. It's the powder, and I'll probably put a link on so people can see what it is, because it does work. But you got to remember to do it when it rains. You got to go hit it again. Cantaloupe looks sick this year. There's too much moisture. It's just not taking off well. Corn though, we've had some nice hot days in between. Actually, this is a mid-season corn coming along here. Actually, late corn. We have actually 9 different plantings of corn. I'll show you the further around the garden where the corn's almost ready to pick. But what I do is I plant these in blocks of about 6 feet by 7 feet. Each one's planted a foot on square, pretty much. So for instance, here's the planting here. You can see it's already tasseling out. Look over to your right there. We've got a mid-season corn coming, which will be ready probably by probably end of August. Something else I've been trying different this year. I had a challenge with Brussels sprouts. So I planted Brussels sprouts in 3 different areas. I've planted Brussels sprouts 3 different areas in the garden. So here we go. These are, corn's kind of getting in the way. If it gets too much shade, I'll just rip these corn plants out. I'd rather sacrifice the corn to get some Brussels sprouts growing, but they seem to be taking out pretty well. Brussels sprouts like cooler weather, so this cooler weather is probably going to be a good thing for it. Broccoli did very, very well. It's pretty well wrapped up. It is setting in some side shoots here, and then eventually I will be ripping this out because I want to plant some actually zucchini and yellow squash for the fall, and I'll probably throw a couple rows of beans in here too. So this is getting ready to be ripped out pretty soon here. I did a video earlier on the strawberries. We won't talk about that, but I got those all set. Here's another carrots. I've actually got about 5 different processes of carrots coming, different stages. You can't eat carrots all at one time. I like to every couple of weeks put another planting of carrots in. So those are doing very well. The moisture, carrots love moisture. More corn coming in. Zucchini's doing phenomenal. Oh my goodness, this year. You can see down, I've already picked a bunch already. They're looking really, really good. I've probably picked about 4 or 5 so far.
We grilled it tonight.
Yes, we did. That one didn't make it, but coming, nice ones coming in there.
With yellow summer squash.
With yellow summer squash and onions with sauteed with some olive oil, a little bit of butter, a little herbs, wonderful. Celery is doing unbelievable this year. Like I was mentioning to you, we can start picking. This is just part of the celery. Cucumbers, so-so. They're starting to take off, but they're way behind. By now I should be having cucumbers. Look behind you, the beans are doing very, very well. We have a new variety we're trying, I think it's called Contender. I believe they are. You love them, but just a nice, heavy yield. And once again, beans do love the moisture too. On the other side here, we have a lot of broccoli coming in for a little later in August. Looks kind of straggly right now. It's shooting for the sunshine, and I do have behind here acorn squash. And how I do this is all interplanted. So as the acorn squash starting to take off, these beans are going to be done, and I'll push the acorn squash that direction. And then the broccoli will take over there. Let's take a look at, we got a few stragglers from last year's sunflowers. We got a lot of sunflowers planted here, some of the natural seeds seeded themselves. Over here, we've got corn ready to come. Now we do have raccoons, so I do know I think I'll start spraying my ammonia in a spray bottle. Just spray the perimeter every night. I probably went through 2 gallons of ammonia last year. Doesn't hurt the crop, doesn't hurt the ground. Tomatoes are starting to come. Look at that. Oh, we could have had that tonight, mixed in. I forgot about that.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yes. I gotta get ready to steak the tomatoes more. Starting to form up, thank goodness, finally. But that scared me. I was thinking it's still 4th of July. But anyways, yes, fireworks are legal around here in southern New Hampshire. Peppers are pitiful this year. They just don't like the extra moisture. However, I got another YouTuber, Oak Knob Farm over in Deerfield. His peppers looking fine, wonderful. But I had a tough going in when I put them in back in the end of May, 3rd week of May. Put me too little early, it got cold. It got down in the upper 40s. I think that did it. But they're starting to form in. Hey, as long as we get enough for stuffed green peppers and a bunch frozen for next year, I'll be happy. But it just doesn't look good.
Is there ever a way you can put like a covering over it, almost like a greenhouse, so that it blocks some of that moisture that's coming?
Yeah, I could put some something like that. It just looks weird. I even put in some Epsom salts a little bit, just to try to help it along, and it just doesn't like it. I mean, look at these things. They just look sick.
If anybody has any suggestions,
yeah, look at that.
Right?
Just not looking healthy at all. So
let us know if you
I
have
don't
any
know
thoughts.
So hopefully they pull through. Some are looking good, some aren't. But can't be perfect. Everything. Most sweet potatoes here are doing well. These zinnias are doing great. And now, surprisingly, my potatoes are already done. Which I'm surprised this moisture didn't last long. But they're wrapping up. These are the reds. These are Yukons over here. I guess they're done. We'll be picking prison, but that's okay. They need the room for some fall beans in here, and also on the other side I'll do some fall carrots coming up. So we'll rip them out and get the next thing in there. Leeks, once again, we had a very hard time with leeks this year. The leeks are starting to take off, but we usually have a lot more than that. Had a hard time getting the germinates. Something kept nipping at them. A couple more things I want to show you, and then we'll move on. Here's some more tomatoes. This is like a jungle in here. They are doing phenomenal. These are all our Roma tomatoes. And once again, I'm not seeing a lot of blossom set. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to go in here. There's a little bit here, but I'm probably gonna have to go in and pull out some of this green and snip it back because it's just not getting enough sunshine to force blossoming. And these potatoes down here are doing really well. Here's another planting of beans in between. So as these potatoes wrap up, the beans take over. But these are doing very well over here. Just funny how those wrapped up so much quicker. But that's okay. Oh yeah, the bees are having a good time there. What you're seeing over there, it's called bearding. So when it gets very hot, the bees go on the outside of the hive and they are fanning to try to cool it down inside.
So it was 90.
It was 95 today, yeah.
Plus today.
Yep. Apples, let me just show you apples real quick. Gonna be phenomenal this year. Like unbelievable. Very, very happy with the results of the apples this year. I've been hitting a lot of fungicide. I'll probably hit it again because that is when you get a lot of rain, you got to get the fungus off the apples.
And it's all organic.
It's all organic, but we'll see how they do. Hopefully, there we go again. Hopefully not many insects this year. Peaches are coming along very, very well. They'll be picking those in a couple of days. I'm just going down and show you the peaches real quick here. Okay, it'll be ready in about 2 weeks. Oh, look at the beer. There we go. That's okay. These are coming, I'd say probably about another 3-4 weeks, they'll be ready. We'll probably get 1,000 peaches, but we share a lot with people and make smoothies and freeze peaches and all kinds of wonderful things. But looking really, really encouraged with that. And raspberries are no lack of moisture this year, but they are doing phenomenal. Whew! That foot plus of rain has really made a difference, and this is going to be a great year this year. Usually by now I've been fertilizing them heavy with a liquid fertilizer, but so much water, I just don't want to give them more water. But very pleased with that. We could keep going more. We got the pumpkins are doing very well this year. They love the moisture. But yeah, the biggest challenge is probably at this point is the peppers this year. But hey, can't be perfect for everything. As long as we get a few, we'll be happy. But once again, thank you for following along with us and checking out how the garden's been coming along this year. And always something to do, especially when you get a lot of rain. It keeps you busy. But thanks again for subscribing. And any questions, put down in the comment section below. And if anybody has help on the peppers, I'm open to suggestions. This is a new one for me this year. But thanks for coming along with us, and have a great rest of the day.